Hey guys, we're here with Tim. He's a product manager engineer at Yuba, and we're looking at the spicy curry. I've covered this bike in the past, but we've got some new upgrades, including the Bosch Cargo Line motor, 85 Newton meters of torque, cargo specific. I love to see that. So just tell me a little bit about the platform here, Tim.
Yeah, so this is kind of like our flagship bike. We've had it in our lineup since I think 2015. We launched it way back when we were working with Curry Tech, so we had our Curry Tech motor on there. And in using it, we kind of found that we needed something maybe with a little more reliability. There's nothing wrong with that motor, but you know, the service has been really great with Bosch. So
it's tough to beat Bosch.
Yeah.
You got like I think shift sensor, so not only was this cargo specific high torque meant to be durable when you're carrying heavier loads, but as you shift gears, if we come over to the other side here, you can see down here we've got a derailleur, Shimano Dior, and look at that, they've got the little clutch so you can tighten that and the chain won't bounce around as much, which is wonderful because it is such a long chain. So again, you're shifting gears and the motor's going to ease off a little bit so you don't chew up the drivetrain. I love to see that. With the mid-drive, you're actually taking advantage of the cassette to get more efficiency, and as you shift gears, this is going to be able to climb better and provide just heavy-duty support for a long-tail cargo bike.
Exactly.
Can you still fit 2 child seats on this?
Yeah, so you can still fit 2 child seats, and you know, with our monkey bars, we can fit up to 3 kids.
Oh, fun.
But it all depends on the size.
And that's this, right?
So these are the monkey bars. They're adjustable, so they're compatible with all of our bikes in the lineup.
Yeah.
And you know, we've seen them on other customers' bikes too. But yeah, so this is our setup.
Do you still have the El Mundo? Or
El Mundo, yeah, same wheelbase as this, but it's a 26-inch wheel. So which we don't have in the lineup right now, but you can't see it. But it has steel frame, and the steel construction is really nice, and especially with a taller wheelbase, you can fit an adult passenger on the back a little bit more comfortably.
This is smaller, so is that like a 24-inch rear?
This is a 20-inch rear wheel.
Oh, 20-inch. Okay, so it lowers the whole platform down, easier to load, lower center of gravity.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this 26 up front?
Yeah, 26. So
okay,
what we like about the 26 up front is it just feels a little bit more natural.
Lower attack angle.
Yeah, exactly. So when you're rolling, it feels normal. But 20-inch wheels are great too, which is why we have that down as well.
We still have the deflopulator, so it's going to keep your steering on track and it's not going to dump to the side if you park. But I love that front basket. It's mounted to kind of the frame, you know, it's not turning as you turn, and that means you can carry more cargo, and that's kind of the whole point. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, the design on this is actually really good, you guys, because if a child or a passenger has their hands here and you hit a wall, see, their fingers are protected. And I see so many accessories like this that don't have that double tube design, and then someone can get kind of injured.
Right.
So good job on that. Also, with a heavier bike, you want decent brakes. I'm seeing you got with Magura. I mean, that's a pretty high quality brake.
Yeah, we love Magura. So we have 4 pistons in the front, 2 pistons in the rear, and it just has like incredible stopping power. So our
looks like 180 millimeter rotors. I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead. I just and he's mentioning quad piston calipers, so that's like more surface area, and it's just a more powerful braking. Is that what? Yeah.
So it just makes the engagement. I mean, it's really smooth with Magura's modulation. But in addition to that, you're loading this thing up to the maximum capacity, which is 440 pounds.
Wow.
You want to make sure that you can stop, and Magura, again, well-engineered company. They stand behind their product, and we love using their stuff.
Of course. And you got the PowerPack 500, and that's right there, low and center on the frame. It does look like there's a little bit of space back here. Is this set up so you could have multiple batteries?
Yeah, so actually I'm going to come around over here and meet you. So
thanks, Tim.
We had this little, like inside of here, any dealer, authorized Bosch dealer, can purchase a second battery kit and basically plug right into here. We have a nice little plate so you can potentially double your capacity.
That's fantastic, because you do, especially with these high torque motors, you're using a little bit more power potentially. And that huge double leg kickstand, wow, so that's great for loading the bike, stabilizing. I see a bunch of accessories here, like those optional running boards. Right. I think you have a huge like pannier, that really long one that you can fill up.
Oh yeah, so this
one,
yeah, this one we have a specific, I guess it's more of a sling, so it's like a bag that lives on the bike, and it kind of like grows and expands with it. So yeah, depending on what you're using, you can fold it in nice and tight and keep it tucked, or if you're hauling a lot, like it'll roll out. Unfortunately, we don't have it on one of the bikes right now, but you can check it out.
We got the skirt guard, you got integrated lights, it looks like, so we've repositioned the headlight because you've got that optional front basket.
That's
but
correct.
Otherwise, that'd be down there on the fork, like the arch or something?
Yeah, so it would mount like right up above the crown up there.
Right there? There we go. Okay. Rigid. Is the bike steel or aluminum?
So yeah, we have a 100% chromoly fork with an aluminum frame.
Makes sense.
It keeps it nice and stiff. Makes it really stable when you're hauling loads.
Look at the gusset. So they're trying to get that low standover height right there, but still reinforcing it so you don't get the frame flex, which can happen on these long tail cargo bikes, especially when they're loaded. So.
Yeah, the longer they get, and that's part of the philosophy of some of our design language is like we have continuous stays that stay steady technology that go all the way to that rear wheel.
That's
and
beautiful.
that kind of keeps everything locked in together, so you're really confident when you're hauling your passengers or your stuff.
Done a great job, man. And then I see the rear light kind of poking out, so it's protected by the frame, but it's still fairly visible. Is that the 2 LED one, AXA?
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. The only trade-offs with a bike like this is that you do have 2 different tire sizes. So if you have to replace a tire, they're different sizes, not a big deal. But I noticed reinforcement eyelets on the rims, so it's extra sturdy. They're not going to crack as easily if you're truing them, and just with the added weight. You mentioned what was the weight capacity again?
440 pounds.
440, that's very high. And then you've got reflective sidewall stripes. So in addition to those lights and stuff, you've got some extra just awareness, visibility going on. Down here, it looks like we've got a chain guard on the one side that's going to act as a bash guard, as well as a nice little plastic motor cover and a chain cover as well. Is this steel as well?
This is steel.
Steel? Okay, so steel.
Actually, I'm sorry, this is aluminum.
This is aluminum?
This is
not
aluminum,
bad.
And I believe these are aluminum as well.
Yeah, it's nice. Aluminum doesn't rust the way steel does. It's a little bit lighter, but it can rattle a little more.
Right.
So there's always trade-offs. This is fantastic, man. Done a good job. Oh, look at that. Adjustable angle stem.
Right, yeah, we're one size fits most, and we try to give a few options. So right now we have swept back bars. That makes it a little bit easier for some of the smaller passengers, but if you have a larger rider, they can tilt that stem up, put some flat bars on there, and then they'll feel nice and comfortable.
Well, great job. I appreciate it. And of course, Yuba is sold through a bunch of different dealers across the country. I've got a dealer map back at ElectricBikeReview.com. Also a comparison tool, and we'll have all the specs for these bikes so you can compare them back and forth. But you've been wonderful. Thanks for your time, Tim.
Yeah, no problem.